And then moving on to our out-of-conference game that we're going to highlight real quick is going to be Oregon on the road taking on Washington. This game is a matchup between two, I guess you could say at this point, a lot of people put them in the Heisman conversations with Bo Nix, and you've got Penix Jr. Right now, both guys are showing out right now. I'm gonna give my little quick analysis of it, and I think right now I'll go ahead and give you my prediction. And I got Oregon taking this one on the road over Washington. And the main part of it is, yes, Oregon is scoring on offense like they always kind of have. They had the high-powered offense. But one thing they brought along with them this year is the defense. And they haven't really played any superstars yet. I mean, neither team has. But you look at the defensive point totals for Oregon, 6, 10, 30 against Texas Tech, who is a high-powered offense, and then you've got 7 against their weaker opponent. And then you look at Washington. Washington is winning, and they're putting up points, but they're letting people score on them also. Washington's defense is allowing through the pass 243 yards per game right now through the air versus Oregon, who's only giving up 150. I think that's a key factor into this game. I think the rushing attack for Oregon is better than Washington's. I think the receivers at Oregon is better than Washington. I think this team seems more like a more seasoned team, being that they've been together last year and then transitioning into this year with Bo Nix, because Bo Nix last year was his first year there. And I think they had a huge impact on how they kind of maybe even struggled last season. But this season, they're just playing with all-out confidence. Every game I see them play or watch them play, they just look like, hey, we know who we are. We're coming in here. We're not playing games with you. We're going to go ahead and put you away, and then we're going ahead and moving on to the next set of things, just taking care of business. And Washington, I think, is just – they're going to become a victim of that. So I got Oregon taking this one. Love to hear what y'all got to think about this one.
Man, in the Pac-12 or Pac-10 or Pac-2, whatever it is, man, they're kind of doing their thing this season now. What I will give them, I don't care whether I'm talking about Oregon or whether we're talking about Washington. I don't think either of these teams are top 4 teams, okay? I don't think there's one team in the Pac-2 that is good enough to be a top 4 team. But what I will say about the conference as a whole is they damn near got half the conferences in the top 25.
Yep.
Right? So regardless of what happens in this game, both teams are going to have opportunities to redeem themselves and win the conference, and possibly, depending on the carnage that happens in front of them, make it as a one-loss Pac-2 champion to make it into the 14 playoffs. Now, I think Oregon has a better chance of doing that. I believe in Oregon's coaching staff a little more than I do Washington's coaching staff. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Washington is nice. They are very, very nice. They almost play kind of like Oregon used to play with Chip Kelly. They just look real smooth. They look real fast. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They just playing good football. They just ain't played nobody yet. Here it comes. They're playing Oregon this weekend. Oregon's going to give it to them. This is going to be Oregon's big jump. This is going to be Oregon's going to take the biggest jump from where they are right now. They're going to move up a couple of spots. And they're probably going to find themselves as close to the top 4 as they can find themselves after this game right here. They've played a nice schedule, Oregon has. They've done what they're supposed to do against good teams. But the rest of the conference schedule is not gonna. They still got to play Washington State, Utah, USC, Oregon State. I mean, these are decent teams, middle of the pack team. Man, it's gonna be good. I like Washington a lot. I just don't think they played anybody yet. Oregon has. I've got to go with Oregon and the coaching staff and Bo Nix. I got to go 13-point victory here. Big jump in the rankings. Oregon is for real. Can they make it out of the Pac-2 unscathed to make it into the top 4? If they do, they'll be there. They will be there. Oregon both teams got everything in front of them. This is the game that they got to win in order to keep national championship hopes alive. I got to go with Oregon. Got to go with Oregon, but it's gonna be a really, really, really good football game to watch.
I'm right there with both of y'all. I think I have to go Oregon. And the reason why I say it is because Oregon to me is the more complete team. Now, my biggest downfall in Oregon is their quarterback. Bo Nix has been in college since I've been alive on this planet, feels like. So I feel like you got to come out with one season and be like, I actually put it all together. And he's looking like it should be this season, but I've seen him drop in big games way too much in his career when it matters the most. And what I mean that I think this game right here is going to be nothing but scoring. You might as well look at a basketball score for him like 61 to 65 in this type of atmosphere right here, because it's going to be nothing but scoring. But to me, when I think about Oregon overall, I think they got the better head coach. I think they got a better defense. I think they really have the better offense in the aspects of efficiency. The only thing I think Washington has better than Oregon is a better quarterback.
That's right.
Can that make a difference in this game? Yeah, it can make all the difference in the world when it comes to the Pac-2. I think that's the perfect name for it right there, Sean. I'm going to start calling that from now on. But to me, this is going to be about Washington trying to disrupt the atmosphere of the Pac-2. Because people see what they're doing, but nobody really wants to give them the true respect about what they're doing outside of their quarterback play. So I think this right here is going to be a big game for them and trying to come in here and do something big. But to me, everything points to Oregon in this game. It's just, can Bo Nix do it on the road in a big time matchup? Now let's peel back a little bit. Let's look at this from a wide frame. If you really want to put some playoff implications on this game right here, I don't think any team from the Pac-2 is going to make it in the top 4. The reason why is because they're going to beat up on each other too late in the season to really bounce back from it. Mm-hmm. I think the only way one of these teams gets in the top 4 is if they go undefeated. They have to go undefeated to get this job done, to get in the top 4, and I just don't see that happening. The backside of this schedule for all 3 of these teams, what I mean by that, Oregon, Washington, and USC, the back half of their schedules are just all crazy. So it's going to be tough to see who's going to come out there unscathed. And to me, Oregon right now has the best chance to do it because they're more complete. But the reason why I think that is because their defense. What you don't hear about in the Pac-2 is a great defense.
Right.
I don't know if Oregon's great, but I know they got some stars on that defense that can really shine in big moments. And I think this is where it comes to shine. But being this game is on the road for Oregon, it's going to be tough. I got this one being like a 1-touchdown game and it being a late touchdown win by Oregon. And I want to see Bo Nix get the job done in that atmosphere. So I got Oregon winning this one. But sorry for the Pac-2 fans out there. I hope y'all get in the comment section so we can cut y'all out as well. Y'all not making it in the top Final 4. I'm going to go ahead and state that right now. If I am, I'll give y'all a full apology over here when it comes to that time of the year, because 100% you want to be locked into this podcast late in the season. So Oregon Ducks are going to go into Washington and win this game by at least a touchdown. But it's going to be a big hooray for a big letdown. Because I still got them losing a couple more games this season. So overall, it's going to be a big week for this. But I think it's because we don't have any other games that's really better than this right now, you know. So it's kind of just a shine in the moment right here. But Oregon, show us what you got. You're gonna be in the prime time. Let's show that.
I'll be tuned in, that's for sure. I can't wait for this one.
I wish it was a night game.
Yeah, I know.
Late night games for the Pac-2 that you really just stay up to and watch like that, because I think it'll be the one that have it interesting. It's gonna have some Heisman implications. It's gonna have a little bit of national championship implications, but we're gonna see what these teams gonna do, because Oregon, this is their last year in the Pac-12, so we're gonna see. Or I might be wrong on that. Are they leaving next year?
Yeah, that's it. No. I think they are. They're gone.
Yeah, everybody's going after the season.
Yep, everybody.
So we're gonna see. I hope they can pull it off. But I just want to see some 5 jerseys, some 5 scoring touchdowns, and I'm gonna have some good popcorn watching this game, because overall, I'm not taking these teams anywhere deeper than just beating each other up in the Pac-2.
Man, look, if you really want to look at this game through a very narrow prism, I would say currently Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix both are probably in a conversation to be in New York at the end of the year, right? One of these quarterbacks is there'll only be one of these two in the conversation after this weekend. I want to know who that quarterback is going to be. So let's see. Fireworks.
And that question right there, I think it's going to be Michael Penix. Just because I think he's going to have to put on a show to really keep this team in the game, just because I don't think their defense is going to be able to stop anything Oregon throws at them, unless Oregon just starts fumbling that ball, which we have seen in Oregon's past. They just, lose their mind in aspects of turnovers and lose some games that they should win. But to me, I can honestly see it, Sean, as Oregon wins the game, but the quarterback for Washington is the guy in the conversation by him putting up 350 yards, 4 touchdowns on a crazy stat line.
Right.
But to me, I don't think either one of these guys has a better shot of doing it than what Caleb Williams does. He's going to be in New York. 100% he's going to be there. And I think he's going to have the best case to win the Heisman again, just because he is so spectacular in the aspects of, you could say, if he wasn't on this team, USC might be like a 5-loss team because the defense can't stop anything. And their offense is really all dependent on him. I don't think I've seen anything like I saw last week in that overtime loss with them, win with USC, where that 2-point conversion, they literally just said, line the whole team up on the left sideline, and Caleb Williams take this ball and make a touchdown. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I think I've seen like a play design like that, but now where your quarterback just has to scramble, get a 2-point conversion and win the game. So to me, the Pac-2 for the next 4 weeks is going to be up there in conversation. But I think when it's all said and done, you're going to see a couple of them be 2-loss teams and one as a 1-loss team. And it's going to be the debate of, can a no defense 1-loss team jump into the playoffs?
Which would be USC.
Correct. Which I think a team like Alabama, being a 1-loss team, would jump them 100% if Alabama can continue to be a 1-loss team. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I think the Pac-2 is going to make it an interesting conversation, put some seasoning on that conversation, but the season ain't going to be the main thing that we're going to talk about overall when it comes to late in the season with this.
No.
Be about the real protein on it. I think real protein is going to be the Georgias, the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Bama's, the Texas. I think Texas is going to bounce back. The Oklahomas, those are going to be the real meat and the protein that we're going to look for. But these Pac-2 teams, I love the season on top of it just to make it interesting.
It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. Well, hey, thank you everybody for dropping back in. Go ahead, hit that subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment. We'll get it to you. Go ahead, hit that like button, share it, put it out there. Hey, it's going to be an interesting weekend, and we'll get back with y'all next week. Until then, welcome to Cocktober, everybody. Van, Drew, and Sean. We'll catch y'all next time.
Hey, roll tide.
Bye, y'all.